Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to see how to make the user registration in our Django e-commerce. So previously we had made this product quantity increment and decrement button. So now we were going to make the add to cart button. So once the user adds the product to his cart, so we need the user to be logged in. So for that we need to authenticate the user. So we will be first making the register and login system, and then we will continue this add to cart. So let's get to the code, and here I will create a path first, and here we're going to say register and add a comma over here, and here instead of using the views.py file, so inside your store, so it's already having so much of code, so we will just keep it clear and we will use the particular views file for one group of things. So this is regarding the authentication of the user. So the user register, login and logout thing we will keep in one views file. So there is already a views file over here. So I will just create a folder inside this store and I will name it as controller. So it doesn't confuse with this views.py file and views folder. So if you know other frameworks like Laravel, the PHP framework, we typically call that as controller. So in Django, it is called as views, but I'm just naming it as controller over here. So inside that, we will create a new folder, a new file, and that will be the auth view, auth controller or auth view, you can call it .py. And the same thing, we just need to import this, copy and paste. This line is not required. We're not going to use that. Let us get back to our URLs. Let us just import that, say from store dot controller import auth view and say auth view dot register, and we will name this URL as register. So copy this function name and go to your auth view, and here we are going to create a function register and pass the request, and here return render request slash your template name. So the template is going to be inside store, and we will create a folder over here, new folder, say auth, and inside that we will create a new file called register.html. Okay, so that is a dot, and here we need to pass the form. So the register form, we are just going to use the user creation form which Django provides. So for that we are just going to make a form. So just remove this so it doesn't show any errors, and here inside your store just create a new forms.py file, forms.py, and inside your forms we are going to use the user creation form. So let us import that from django.contrib.auth.forms, import the user creation form, and then we are just saying from .models import the user model, and from Django import forms. So now we will create a class over here, class equal to custom user form, and inside this we are going to pass the user creation form, and here we are going to give the class meta, and we are going to specify the model that is going to be the user model, and the fields 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 equal to So within square brackets, just specify the fields. So that is the username, email, password 1, and the password 2. So the confirm password is nothing but password 2, password 2. So go back to your auth view, and here just create the variable called form equal to custom user form, and it is automatically imported over here. So just open and close, and then we'll create the context and just pass over here form and the data. So we'll call our template, that is nothing but store, and inside store we have the auth. So store auth register.html, call register.html, and pass the context. Save. Now let us go to the register.html, and here we'll just extend the main file. I'll just copy it from here, copy and paste, and we need to end the block, right? Just copy it from here, copy, paste. So here I will just print the form now which we have passed here, and we will see the output. So yeah, this form which we have passed to this register.html, right? So we will just see what are the data coming in that. So save, and so we'll go to the register URL, register, and so it says cannot import user from store.models in our models.py file. So let's go back over there and models.py. Just import the user over here. Say from django.contrib.auth.models import user. Save, and yeah, it's reloading. Let us check and refresh. So here it is. You have the username field, and this is the email address, password, and your confirm password. And here you have form, give dot and as p, and refresh over here, and all the box will come in the next line and not next to each other. So we don't want to show all this data over here. So for that, what we are going to do is we will just show the text boxes one by one and not the whole form like this. So you can just give here form.user name, save, and refresh. So you can see you got the username text box over here. So let us design a register form using bootstrap. So we'll open a div class equal to container, close the div. So I'll just finish with the design because that's going to take some time, and we'll get back. So I have designed a bootstrap form over here. Let us just check the output. We'll refresh, and here it is. So these text box are congested over here, so we need to give some space. So we'll give the bootstrap class over here as form control. But as you can see over here, we don't have the input box. So for that, we have an solution. In your forms.py file, before calling the class meta, just mention the field name, that is the username equal to forms.char field, and inside that you can just say widget forms dot text input, and inside that you're going to say attributes attrs, and within the curly braces give the attribute, that is the class, and what value we are going to specify for that. So it's going to be form control and margin bottom 3, or let us just keep my2, and we can just specify the placeholder also over here. Say placeholder and enter username. I'll just close this sidebar, and you can just copy and paste that 4 times and just change the field names and enter your email. This is the password 1 and this will be the password 2. So you can say here enter password, and here you can just say confirm password. Save, and now let us check our output. So refresh. So our server must be loading. Let us just restart the server. Refresh, and here it is, the form control. I think we have misspelled it. So form hyphen control, I've just given space. I'll just select all those 3 with Control D and correct that. Refresh. So here it is. So we have our username, email, password, and confirm password with the bootstraps class. So getting back to the code, so I'll just explain you this. So this is just basic bootstrap classes, container, row, column, MD6, and here I have a card body, and you can see this CSRF token. So we are going to send this data right with the post method, so we need to give the CSRF token over here. So we have given this CSRF token to send the data with the post method, and form action we are not specifying anything because we will just check it with the same URL with the method post. So these things is nothing but your h4 tag label. So here I have given as username in my HTML. You can do it the other way. So I'll just copy and paste and show you. So just double curly brace and say forms dot username dot label. Save, and let us check the output. Refresh. Username dot label. Okay, it's not forms, it is form. Save and refresh. So you can see you have got that whatever was the label for this text box. So if you give that thing here, it will come password 1 and password 2. So I have given it over there with the HTML and not echoing it over here like this. So it's done till here, and then we have button type equal to submit, or you can give input type equal to submit, however, and this is the class bootstrap classes for the design, and that's it. Yeah. So now when the user press the submit button, so the register button, it is going to the same URL using the method post. So it will be redirected to this place, and here we are going to check if request dot method is equal to post, then we are going to take the post data. Say form equal to custom user form, and in that we are passing the request dot post data. Okay, and then we are checking if form dot is valid, then we are just going to save the data, form dot save, and then we are going to set the messages dot success. First pass the request and then the message. So the message is going to be registered successfully, and we'll say login to continue. So after registering, the user will be prompted to login, and once this message will be displaying it. So after displaying, we are going to redirect the user, return redirect to the login page. So now let us just test this. So just refresh once and I'm going to register with Sharma username, Sharma at gmail.com, password, say you can give it over there as here, you can say password input, copy that and paste it over here, refresh and check. Yeah, just refresh, and here I'm going to say Sharma, email is sharma at gmail.com, and password, and say register, close, and it has not been redirected to the login page. That means there was some error, but we are not able to find that. So for that, we'll just print the error message in the form, I mean the registration page. So here you can just say if form dot errors dot username. Here we are going to keep a label or span, you can keep anything. So I'll keep the label tag, close the label tag, and we will be saying the message. Just copy and paste. And to this label we'll give a class text danger. Copy and paste it for the other three things as well, and change the field name. Just copy this password too and paste it over here. Save. Now let us go and refresh. Here I'll put Sharma at gmail.com. So I'll put the password less than 8 characters. So it's going to show the error over here. Register, and you can see password is too short. It must contain at least 8 characters, and whatever the errors it will display over here. So now let me just give and the confirm password. Register, and yeah, so it has been registered successfully and redirected to this login URL, but we don't have one. So let us just create that, and we will be seeing how to show this message. So we will be using a plugin. So first let us create the login page, path login, and say auth view dot login page. So I'm not keeping here the function name as login because we are going to use the inbuilt function called login. So the code might get confused with that login and this custom login function. So we are not going to use it as login. Instead, we are going to keep it as login page. Say login page and pass the request and return render request comma store slash auth slash login dot html. Let us quickly create that. Store auth new file login.html, and I will copy the same design from the register page and paste it over there. And we're not going to keep this many input fields, and just going to say login username, and we will have a input box over here. Say input type equal to text, and we will be designing this page in the login video. So this is only for the register. So I will remove this thing. input type equal to text. Yeah, I'll keep this much for now. Say login. Just check. Okay, so we haven't added a comma over here, and let us add it over here also. Save and refresh. So the user has been registered and it is redirected to the login URL. So let us check in our database if the user has inserted or not. So I'll just open my phpMyAdmin, and here in our Django Ecom, in our auth user, so here it is, sharma@gmail.com. So this user we just registered, right? So that is the user which is registered over here. So that's it in this video, guys. We have seen how to register a user in our Django e-commerce. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.